Hey, everybody. So we are the Latecomers. You might have seen us on the RoosterTeeth website. If not, hi, welcome. Tonight we have Blake coming in from Florida.
Hello.
Myself, I'm Danielle. I'm over in New York. And then we have Team Brit over there, Tyler and Nick.
Woo! Team Brit. Team Brit.
So what's up, everyone?
Not much.
You know.
How's it going, Danielle?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Mediocre to okay.
Yeah.
Great day to have a podcast.
Nice. What's happening over here?
So, Blake.
Penis.
Oh, God.
If you guys have listened to us talking before, I'm sure some of you have, you might know the nice little Blake story that we're going to tell you.
Oh, goodness.
Who wants to begin with that?
Popcorn and bring...
you gotta strike.
I can't talk.
Which is pretty much how the story went.
This is just as bad as in trying to tell it originally.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are the ones...
So, we were talking one night, and I brought it up, I think the Red Solo Cup song.
Yeah.
Yes,
None of you
the Red Solo
are familiar
Cup song,
to it.
which I
You should go
absolutely
listen
hate.
to it.
Yeah.
Blake told a hour-long story that should have been 5 minutes.
Not even
Not
that.
even
It was a
interrupting
sentence.
It was one sentence.
The story essentially is,
2
I
sentences.
don't like that song. My boss played it on a loop.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
was the story.
Oh, yeah, and who was it that came up with the joke when I was like, I'll finish the story later, and it's like, oh, we don't need to wait. We know the end already. He turned it off.
Blake,
So-
was that... Can you confirm, was that the whole story? Because I think everyone pissed you off that day, but people were coming into the channel and just... Also, just joining in with not letting you finish.
What was also hilarious, was it in Kitsune?
Kitsune.
Kitsune?
It came in and told a 5-second story
Shout
that
out.
everyone loved.
It was great,
Right
though.
in the middle of mine.
She literally said it in like half a second, and Blake had been trying to tell a story for not even exaggerating, probably half an hour. And we'd all just been... we were all laughing and shouting, and then we'd wait like 10 seconds, and Blake still wouldn't have spoken, and then we'd all start shouting at him to talk, and then it would be like another 5 minutes of that.
But then it would be
And
like
then-
silence, and then all of a sudden Blake would get like a word in, and then somebody else would go off.
Or when
to be-
everyone was quiet. Sorry, Blake, you continue. we don't need stage 2 of this.
Oh yeah, I know it's all accidental. You all it just happens. It just happens. I forgive you.
Oh my god.
But yeah, to be honest, it was like early in the morning for me, even later for you guys.
It was 6 a.m. It was 6 a.m. for me, and we were still on there laughing our asses off.
It was a good story, Blake. You tried your best.
It's a
was
shame it was an hour
awful
long.
story.
I promise all my stories from here on out will take less than 10 minutes.
I remember Nick saying halfway through, because I recorded it and I listened through it earlier, Nick saying this is probably the worst example in like the history of the world of a story being told.
It had everything going against it. No offense, Blake. Awful story. And you just
I know.
couldn't actually
It would
say
have been
anything.
a lot funnier if I was able to tell it in the first 5 seconds of the joke being made.
It wouldn't even been funny. It would have been,
No.
man, that was kind of amusing.
Yeah, it would just been a... Oh, okay. Cool story,
Thanks for
mate.
sharing.
Did you
Cool
hear?
story.
Did you hear? I think it was either Vicky's reaction, Julia's reaction, when he finishes up the story, and I have to clarify it, and they were like, "What? That was fucking it." Fucking.
I think that was Vicky, yeah.
Yeah, she loses it for a second. She gets mad.
No, see, the thing with Vicky, let's do a little segue here. Vicky gets very emotional, I found out, over some things. Like, we could say something to her and she'll just be like, what? And she'll just start going off on it. I'm just like, it's not that big of a deal. Let's breathe. Calm down. But, she's fun.
You're having a little bit of an issue right now, aren't you, with
God.
a stalker?
situation.
Yeah.
I am.
Two, aren't you? There's two?
There's two, but one's more prominent than the other.
Oh, cheeky.
Yeah.
A little devotion goes a long way.
So, if you want to be my friend, do not constantly write to me, write on my stuff, leave me personal comments, send me messages on Xbox. It's a little excessive and creepy, and I'm kind of scared.
He has literally commented on everything she has posted in like the last week or so, isn't it?
Yeah, if I look at my mod history, I took a screenshot of it yesterday, and it's everything is from him.
Potential
And-
non-existent link dump.
I just find it amusing that someone that she's befriended online hasn't left her alone for 3 days straight now?
Pretty much, right, Nick? We played that Minecraft game
Yeah, it was
3 days
probably
ago.
something like that.
I have friends in real life that don't talk to me for 3 days straight on any social media. You know? So having that, I would be creeped out.
I wish I
It's
had
just-
friends.
Oh my god, Nick.
Nick, I think we classify as friends. I spent 7 hours playing Minecraft with you the other day. I think that's friends.
That's like
you're okay.
acquaintances.
That's rude. That's what that is. But
I'm a
yeah,
child.
so I'm getting stalked, and Nick came to my defense the other day with him. He won't leave me alone.
Wait, whoa. I want to hear this story between you and Nick. What happened?
With what? Oh, no,
Wait,
we were
Nick
there that
came to
morning.
your rescue?
Oh, she's over.
I'm
stating what it was.
exaggerating.
Oh.
He left a comment on one of the things that he wrote, and that was it.
Oh. I thought Nick
Yeah,
got
it
his
was
heroic
like
suit
5 in
on.
the morning for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were
Something
on.
like
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it
I had woken up slightly early, like 5:30 in the morning.
Nick, okay, let's just talk about this real quick. Nick goes to bed and then wakes up 2 hours later and then just stays up the entire night.
Morning.
That was like
The
my
other
first
night-
couple of days with you guys as well.
No, like the other night he went to
Hey.
bed. I guess it was like
It was yesterday.
no, it was the Minecraft day.
That was yesterday. Well, it was yesterday for me.
He goes to bed and then wakes up, I guess like 3 hours later, and then we spend the rest of the night on Minecraft, me and him. I was up until 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was horrible. But he does this all the time.
He's an
Wow.
insomniac.
No, I'm just awful at sleeping.
Yeah,
Not
Blake,
insomniac.
Blake, you got
Yeah,
that
if
mixed.
you got a grade in sleeping, you would be failing right now. You would be failing the sleeping class.
Blake, you got that mixed round. Just because we're British doesn't mean we're the same. I'm the insomniac. I find that offensive, man.
Tyler does not sleep at all. I think we
Mhm.
talked about this last night. You weren't here.
Yeah, I missed
How-
out.
You stayed up for like the first 3 days of the group.
Everyone
Yep.
is giving you this though, but
Oh,
you went
so,
to sleep
yeah,
on the
what I'm
first
getting-
night. You went
I
to sleep.
slept for the first night for 2 hours, yes.
Yep. Pussy.
It's a
So
power
what
nap.
what I'm getting is Tyler is a stalker.
Not really.
The stalker
No.
of everyone.
I don't think I've singled out Danielle and been like, hey baby, I like that comment you put on your journal. Oh yeah.
It's just at this point.
No,
it's
you
like,
did that with me.
Yeah, I'm doing that with you, Blake.
Team Tyke.
Team Tyke?
All right, so just for everybody's reference, we are going to be saying teams a lot. It's our own little personal jokes. You'll get used to it. But there's Team Tyke, which is Tyler and Blake.
Yeah, yeah.
We have Team Dicky, which is me and Vicky. Team Chick, which is Chris and Nick.
Yeah.
There's TC, which is basically
Yeah.
Tyler and Julia's thing.
Sorry,
I think
Julia, I
that's
just
pretty much
shouted over
it.
your own shout out there. Daisy!
Chaz really doesn't have one.
Yeah.
Brian really doesn't have one.
Team Chab.
Blake, to be honest, we're kind of afraid to put you in another one because of your fiance, so I think you're just gonna get stuck with Team Tyke.
Oh, can we
not
discuss that? Can we discuss
I don't think
that?
I don't think my name would mix well with anyone else's, so it's good.
Team Tyke?
Tyke is
I
the
wanted
best
to
thing
be
we
part-
could get.
No, but if I was part of Team Tyke, it would be Team Dyke. How do you feel about that? Team Dyke just sounds weird, huh?
We
was
should
talking
get
about
one
the
going,
name.
and then we just have Dick.
Danielle and Nick. Dick.
Team Dick.
Team Dick.
Wow. This got derailed about team names pretty damn quickly.
Anyway, so yeah, it's just a joke. If you guys get offended, we're sorry.
If you're a fan of
I've-
Rooster Teeth and
no,
you get offended by this, get out of here.
No, because I've seen Tumblr and I've seen people get offended by shit names, and it's scary, those people.
Imagine if you naturally had a shit name and people just were going crazy about it.
What about, like, joking?
Joking. Yeah. If people thought that was a fake account or something and they were like, oh, it's a stupid name, the guy must cry every day.
He's just joking.
But it's really me, I promise.
It's my name!
It's like the people who have the same first name and last name. Why do people's parents do that to them?
Oh,
It's just
Because
cruel.
they have... I don't know. I guess they aren't creative enough to think of a first name. Like, I know someone...
They were just panicked at the last second. Fuck.
Well,
It's
I
like
know
calling me
someone
Alan.
whose name... Well, like I said, I know someone's name who's William Williams. We call him Bill.
we
Yeah.
call him Bill. His
But, like,
name is William twice, but I'm going to call him Bill.
Well, 'cause William Williams, it's just awkward.
We have a kid whose name is Camelpreet, and everyone calls him Sonny.
What?
Not quite
name-
sure where that came from, really. It's
His
not
name's
really like
Camel?
a shortened version. Camelpreet.
But-
He's Indian. In a
Wow.
non-racist way. That's not
Well,
racist, is it?
that-
Saying someone's Indian is not racist.
I
Man,
think we
that
should cut
reminds
that
me
out.
of maybe that kind of reminds me of the start of The Life of Pi. Have any of you seen
I
it?
have not.
I have not,
Nope.
don't spoil it.
Well, that's a
okay.
good segment of the talk there.
Thank you, Blake, for another riveting story.
Great. I'm glad you loved it.
You need to get a show, story time with Blake.
It would be 2 seconds long or 2 hours long with no payoff.
That's
Start
like
to,
a
like,
little
10
little
lines.
part of our podcast. Just have Blake tell us a story real quick.
Real quick, you'll never get to the end of it.
No, but like we'll let him talk, and it's only you only know it's gonna be like a
then-
minute long story.
And then we'd let Tyler do some editing to get it down to like 10 minutes.
Get it down to like 10 minutes.
Blake, you're awfully quiet there, buddy.
All right,
And
then.
he's dead.
Yeah.
He's quiet because as soon as he opens his mouth, he knows that we're either going to interrupt him or we're listening attentively, waiting for a massive story.
Alright, I just want to say that too. We might seem like we rip on Blake a lot, but we
It's 'cause
do.
we
It's all
do.
Fun. It's all good fun. We promise. We're not being mean.
Blake's currently planning his suicide, but
You hear that scribble
No,
on the paper?
definitely not. No, not a suicide.
Mass murdering spree?
Oh, there you go, Tyler. Ding, 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 ding.
He's gonna fly to you guys.
He found my address. Oh no!
As your prize, Tyler, you get to pick how you die.
Heyo.
I would
Yeah.
love to know how you would find me for a start.
I could help.
Actually,
I
you know,
would-
if you put that much time and effort trying to get down here, and especially money, to try and find me, I might stand out in the middle of the street in the town centre waiting for him.
What was it? Last night I was talking about my stalker, and Brian goes to me. He's like, well, just know I will never stalk you because I live 9 hours away, and that takes too much time and energy. And if we all know me, I'm really lazy. And I'm like, I guess that's comforting. Thank you.
Doesn't the guy live like 7 hours away or something anyway?
Yeah, which makes it even.
That's some dedication.
Yeah, but it's just no.
I mean, it's all right in England. You can stalk anyone around here. It won't take you 7 hours to get there.
Yeah.
I suppose that's one thing we could talk about, the random chance that me and Tyler are both from the same town.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
How did that...
There we go.
How did that come about? Like, because I remember someone asked...
Well, both of our parents lived in the same place.
No, not like that. How did we find out? I swear someone asked, oh, where are you guys from? And then you said you were from Reading, and I was like, wait, what? Like, Reading, yeah. UK Reading? Like,
I think that's what it was.
Because
and
you guys...
we had like a 40-minute talk about Reading.
Yeah. It was a shock for me because Reading is a small town in comparison to, let's just say, America. Like,
yes, it's a small town to the whole of America. It is small.
On the scale, like, if we were
in
both from London,
to one of the largest countries in the world, it's quite small.
You know what I meant, damn it. If something like you guys. If we said, oh yeah, we're both from London, that would have been meh, okay, you know, whatever. But being from Reading, that is like microscopic in comparison to London.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, where Tyler is from is probably like a 15-minute walk from where I live.
I could literally knock on Nick's door if he gave me an address right now.
And
I would just have to
move back to your house rather than being at uni.
Yeah, right now I'm at uni, but I would still catch a train to go down there. You know, just be kind of expensive. It'd be cheaper than Blake's journey.
Mine would be thousands of dollars.
Hashtag fund the Brits.
Yeah.
Fund the Brits? What's
That's important.
Chris on that? Oh yeah. We got this. If anyone wants to donate to Fund for Brits, I'm sure we can start up a Kickstarter where you can pay for us to go to RTX, and I'm sure that you're really interested in doing that. So thank you.
I just love that business talk right there.
So we're trying to meet up at RTX next year. If anybody from our
2014.
group, 2014.
For anyone who's listened to this in like 50 years and thinks we'll come in like whatever year is 50 years from now, I can't do that.
Consistency, I like it.
Oh wow!
Well, let's see. It's 2013 now.
63. There we go.
Imagine like if someone grabbed this podcast in like 3 years' time and goes, I could donate to Nic and Tyler going to the next RTX in 2019.
This sounds like a worthy cause.
Yeah.
So if
by then
you're
I could be dead.
If you're like listening from our group and stuff, we're trying to meet up at RTX 2014. Like we'll work out the details and shit later on. But yeah, so keep that in mind. We are trying to fund the Brits over here.
Because it costs a fuckload of money.
The Brits specifically as Nic and Tyler. Sorry to all of you other Brits out there.
They're not important Brits.
But yeah, so if you guys are interested, we'll totally do that.
Which you're not.
Nobody cares. Nobody wants to meet us.
No. We're not popular enough yet. We need to get like plastic surgery and become lookalikes.
What you don't know is I am Gavin.
Holy
I've been hiding it this whole time. I've got a voice changer.
Well, you definitely do sound like him at some points. It's funny. Some of the stuff you do.
Really?
Like
yeah,
with the
that's when he's slipping up.
I don't hear it. I really don't with Nick. I really don't.
He's too deep.
No, but like when Gavin.
If I talk like this.
No.
Hello, I'm Gavin Free.
That is nowhere near now.
That's how he sounds, isn't it?
No.
I'm gonna go with no on that one, but yeah, sure.
talking about like voices that sound similar to staff. Fucking Vicky and Barbara. Jesus.
Shout out to Barbara.
They sound a lot alike.
How many people now have come into our channel thinking that that's actually Barbara?
Well, we had the whole majority
fault
chin
of one that
situation.
we-
didn't
Shout out
we?
to Majority
Truly
Chin right here.
Shout out to majority chin.
You've just given him the biggest erection right now. Just imagining his name.
He was convinced that it was the real Barbara.
He even went onto the RT forums and posted a thing about how people should come and join the Latecomers group and talk to us in the chat we're using. And it's really good if you want to shout about penises to RoosterTeeth staff. And I was like, did you mean Barbara? That's not actually Barbara.
There was one where he wrote on something, he's like, well, was that the real human Barbara? And I'm like, well, she was human, and we called her Barbara. So.
Yeah, we just kept on calling her Barbara.
Please stand up.
You know, there are like 1 million other Barbers in the world.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows about the Barbara.
Yeah, it's clearly not the same Barbara.
I don't think there are many famous Barbaras apart from Barbara Streisand.
I don't think
Punkelman.
so. Yeah, no. Barbara.
You're just Googling Barbara.
No.
Please say you're not. Blake, jeez.
No, not Googling. No.
There's a movie in 2012 called Barbara.
Oh, let me
I Googled
IMDb
it.
that.
All right, Jack.
Famous Barbaras.
You're not. Please say you're not Googling Barbara. Please.
I'm not Googling Barbara, I'm Googling
Since
Barbaras.
I said Barbara Streisand, all I've got is that song. Barbara Streisand. Ooh, woo, woo.
The top 10 most famous women named Barbara. Guys, let's give it a little history.
I bet Punkelman is not on there.
Barbara Kruger.
Oh,
Barbara
yeah.
Vandrell. Barbara
Yep, her.
Dolinsky.
Definitely.
Barbara Park.
Yep.
Barbara Eden. Barbara Stanwyck. Barbara Cartman.
Sandwich.
Barbara Bush. Oh,
Cheeky.
okay. Barbara Boxer. And Barbara Walters. Okay, Barbara Walters.
So you don't even have Barbara Streisand.
Why is Barbara Streisand not on here?
Oh my god.
Maybe it's after the South Park episode of Mecca.
Mecca Streisand.
Well, isn't Barbara Streisand
Oh,
Canadian?
God, I
Maybe
remember
this is
that
just for
one.
American women.
Yeah.
Shout out to Canada.
No, wasn't one of them like Barbara Pawlowski or someone? That's not a very
Maybe, I don't
American name.
My last name is Palmentari. I'm from Italy, but I live in America.
Well done.
Congratulations.
No, because he's saying
Achievement unlocked, migration.
God. I bet everyone in the UK has that achievement.
That's what you're saying, though. That just because her last name doesn't sound American.
Bully. To be fair. Oh,
What?
Danielle, your last name doesn't sound very American.
oh
It's
my
not.
god, Blake.
I'm Italian. I just
We
said that.
literally were just talking about that.
Doze off. Yeah.
I'm Italian.
I'm Italian. Wow, what the fuck was that?
And you were trying to do my act. We have to get Julia one day when she's on here to do her New York accent.
I thought it was hilarious because it was. You say it's bad, but it seemed good. I don't know
But do
why.
I sound like that? I don't think I sound like that.
There was one moment that day where she was imitating the New York accent, and then you said something
New York.
straight after, and you said something like, "Well, us New Yorkers don't sound like that," and it sounded exactly the same. I swear. Like you were like, "We don't sound like that," but that as soon as you said it, I was just like,
See, like,
"But
to
that
me,
is-
I don't sound like I have an accent, like, at all.
that's what everyone says because
Yeah.
you don't hear your own accent."
I know. So, like,
Nobody
You
thinks
silly
they
little nugget.
have an accent.
I'm afraid of what I sound like to other people.
You sound really weird.
Yeah, like we can't understand a word. It's like a different language.
Almost like you're a scouser.
It would be much worse if you're a scouser.
I love how you're laughing and you don't even
I don't know what it
understand.
means.
Yeah. Do you guys know what a Scouser is in America, just generally?
No. No. Gonna be honest, I do not know.
We're not
Basically,
going to tell you.
I'll tell them. It's an accent. Well, it's a group of people with an accent from Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpudlians, you would say. Yeah.
I guess.
I got the definition of it. I googled it.
Oh my lord!
What, Scouser?
Inhabitant of Liverpool, often downplayed by rival cities due to false stereotypes from god-awful 80s TV shows such as Bread, Boys in the Black Stuff, and Brookside.
They're not false. No.
But they talk
Scousers
crazy.
speak another language. Although, no, it's not as bad as Geordies. Geordies actually speak a different language.
Geordies are quite impressive. Like, if you get them angry, they speak quicker and higher pitched every time. Every time.
Geordies are people from Newcastle, for anyone.
We gotta stop with this, like, UK chatter. Everyone from the UK is like, oh yeah, I totally understand. Everyone from America's just turn off.
Which, to everyone who is listening, welcome to what we have to deal with every single day. Nic makes up words. You'll find this out.
Wait, when does he make up words? Because I swear he seems pretty legit.
Words.
He makes
When
up
I'm
words.
playing games and stuff, words just aren't an issue.
That's a part of the English language,
I don't know
though.
the vocabulary anymore.
We have to get used to just, like, saying random stuff. Slang comes around.
If you ever call Nic out on it, he just goes, well, you guys moved away from us, so we're right and you're wrong. He always throws that in my face.
We had it first, you fucked off and did it wrong.
What was that thing we were saying you guys were doing wrong when we first came online?
Everything.
I don't
Life.
know. I think the only thing I do right is drink tea. I think that's what
No,
it says.
because you don't
No,
do that, right?
we had the
I know, I
soccer
drink that
discussion before that.
You patted
Soccer.
my head yesterday, remember?
Yeah,
You're
but
like, you drink
Chris was researching into it because I like Chris. He appreciates England. He likes stuff from England more than he likes stuff from America, so he has his priorities right. But yeah, he was researching into it, and he was thinking that you have like different tea leaves or something. I mean, we have thousands of different variations of tea, and apparently you just have one. So
Yeah, no, my only reference to that was bringing up Harry Potter. So
Harry Potter?
Oh my god. Wingardium Leviosa.
you're a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard, Harry.
But Hagrid, I'm just Harry. No, Harry, you're a wizard.
Harry. Right, we should stop. Not in general, to stop the Harry talk.
Oh, here's a story. You know, on Minecraft, I've been playing as a wizard.
yes.
You're a
that
wizard,
all-
Nic.
That all comes because I was playing with my friends and they built a house while I was out having my dinner, and I came back and my room was like inside theirs under the stairs, and it was just big enough for a bed.
So kind of like
And
Blake's house.
I proclaimed it to be Harry's house and changed myself to a wizard. And for like 3 weeks straight, I was just pretending to be Harry Potter.
That's funny.
I made it luxury though. I had a chest, I had torches, and a door.
Oh god, I just remembered a horrible story about myself. Prepare yourselves for the next
God.
hour.
One sec. Will we be able to hear this by today?
We should have like a theme song for it.
Da-da-da-da.
Blake's
Da-da-da-da.
story time. Blake's story time.
Anyways,
Ooh.
back when the second Harry Potter movie was
He's
coming
telling a story.
out. Anyways, my friend decided to be a real jerk, and he got his older sister to impersonate Emma Watson and call me on the phone.
What? Ready, I'm questioning how you would have fallen for this.
We haven't heard the rest of the story. Shut up.
My mate's American sister is Emma Watson. either that was one option for the story. Another option could be, oh, my mate, he's just got Emma Watson's one of his friends, so she's just calling me up.
All right, well, let's hear the story. Go, Blake.
It was my friend trolling me. He made his sister call me and act like Emma Watson and act like she was giving out auditions for parts in the next movie.
And you fell for this?
I fell for this.
Why would an actor be telling people about this?
Did she at least try the British accent, or was she like full on American and you just didn't realize?
She actually did a really good impression of it, so that's made it slightly believable. What
was she like?
Of course, back then I did not have like caller ID or anything, so it wasn't like, oh, this is a Florida number.
What was
How
she like?
old were you?
Wow.
Back when the first movie was second movie was coming out, or
Just
it was
roughly.
shortly after the first. So when was that?
A while ago.
I could just like picture the conversation, like, I'm Emma Watson and I want you, Blake, to come out to the movie.
I would laugh if it was nothing like Emma Watson as well.
And Blake was just like, sounds legit.
It was totally legit.
Why
and
the
Danielle
fuck would
Radcliffe
Emma
will meet you.
Watson be calling you up? How would anyone know about your existence?
Okay, I was
They
like
were just
10
looking
or
through their
11
book
or
of
something.
every person in existence and were like, Blake, yeah, sounds alright. Why not? Let's
But
grab this one.
it's pretty much like Bernie's story where my friend told him about it and he's like, "You're stupid."
So, while that was happening, I don't know if you guys have got Skype open right now, but the rest of our admins are just talking about the chest of the new Ruby character that was introduced in today's trailer for the yellow thing.
I can't comment. I have a fiance.
That shows how...
Chaz has not spoken for the past, 6 hours, and then all of a sudden he comes in with this, yeah, I saw chest.
But I love how, we're here doing this, and the other admins are just talking about chest. Yep, we saw the
By
chest.
chest, we're talking about boobies?
I think they're...
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
clearing that up.
And Blake, what are you talking about? You can't add an opinion either way.
I have
Blake
a
thinks that he
fiance.
has a
I have a
fiance, so he
girlfriend,
can't
mind?
talk about it.
He's not gay.
Oh, can we discuss that on here? Can we? Can we, Blake? Please, Blake.
I'm
Don't make me beg.
we can cut it out if we want to. She scared the shit out of me that night. All of a sudden we're talking and they go, he's not gay, my fiance's not gay. And I'm like, oh my god.
I love how it was directed at me, and yeah, I was so delirious at that point because that was the second day I'd spent up awake. And
You're like, fuck you, he's mine.
I was
She scared you away, didn't she?
no, I tried talking to her. She didn't reply, and then everyone was like, "Tyler, leave it. We're talking to her."
She was still in kind of one of her depression mood swings, and it was a couple of days after that she came back around. And if I can get her back on here, she would be a lot more accepting of everything, and all the jokes that we're
Accepting
making.
of gays.
It was so scary, though. That was the first thing she said in 3 hours.
I know.
And then she went back to silence after it too.
It literally felt like she went quiet, and reached for a knife, and started walking out of the apartment, trying to find a plane to the UK to find me. But I can't remember what I said.
Soon.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember what I said. That just had that
We
response.
were just joking around about Teen Tyke, I think.
Yeah, but I remember
Oh, yeah,
something...
Because we were talking about how Blake was like, oh, I want to cuddle with you in the bed. And I brought that up, and then all of a sudden she's like, he's not gay. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I was like, well, I didn't remember to bring this up then, but I was just like, I'm not gay either. I've got a girlfriend. We've been in ages. I don't think that she would have admired me, jumping in bed with Blake either. But if we know it's not going to happen, so we joke about it.
I think it's rather unlikely that you're going to go across the sea on a 10-hour flight to go just lay in a bed together and cuddle.
Yeah, I would much rather book a train, go back to Reading, and sleep with my missus than just.
Oh, I thought you meant me.
I'll sleep with you, Nick. Don't worry.
Yay!
Team Tick.
Team Tick. I just hate the fact that that's now on recording. Nick,
That's the next intro.
Be between us.
I would sleep with you, Nick.
Nick, get lubed up. I'm coming.
Oh, tease it.
Latecomers. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
Who's saying that we're not in the same room right now?
That's why we said our states/countries of origin.
I'm quite amazed that we've actually managed to hold a conversation for this long. Normally, when we're talking to each other, it just dissolves into just quoting things from RT and shouting penis.
It's because we know it's a podcast. We're treating it like an official thing. As soon as someone drops the ball, a Blake story comes up, and we know it's going to cover the rest of the hours.
Hey, I did better this time.
Yeah, you threw a story, which was...
It was actually a
it was
decent
a proper story.
It was good, yeah.
We enjoyed it. You'll get better.
Come on, I was suffering.
I feel like it's gonna be a fan favorite. It's gonna Blake's story time.
I just love the fact that it will always live with me. One story, the Red Solo Cup story, that will stay with me for the rest of my life now.
Okay, big
I
shout
so
out to
wish you'd got
Kitsun.
that.
If anybody
You'll
has
be
talked
an old...
to her or whatever, that girl is the biggest professional lurker in the world, and I love it.
She was online for about 6 hours before she came out with that belter.
And talked about twice.
Yeah,
And the second time was for that story.
I swear she had literally just said to say hello. It was like she joined and we were like, Kitsune, hello? And she was like, hey. And we're like, oh, all right. And then 6 hours later, in the middle of Blake's story, she just busts out with a story about
A cat exploded.
Yeah,
An exploding
exploding.
cat.
So, big shout out to her.
Happy
And then she
birthday.
went silent for
Happy
another 4
birthday.
hours. Oh, happy birthday, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is her birthday.
Oh, this has to be the first release of the podcast now, because a year's time, Kitson will be so happy.
I know, I think we could totally release it. Just let the other members know we're doing it.
But we would have to release it today.
We could do that.
In Aussie time. Actually, when does...
Yeah, that's the point. It's probably 2 in the morning over
no, because we could always just reference it back today. Like, today is June 2nd.
What year is it?
2013.
Ooh, nice.
So I don't know when anybody is hearing this, but...
there. What were you doing?
I was trying to say nice, but... Nice.
Oh god, what if my
Anyway,
stalker
Danielle was
hears
trying to
this?
say something professional.
I
What
really
if your
wasn't.
stalker? What if your
What's he
stalker
gonna-
hears this?
What is he gonna do?
Probably be so happy for the shout out, follow you
Shout
around
out to
some
my
more.
stalker.
The thing is, he's going to know who he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just thought of that. What happens when we release that? He just gets manic depressive, and he's like, Danielle, I know who you were talking about on that podcast. I'm not happy, and it's sends you really crazy shit.
Oh my god.
All of a sudden, you start getting dislikes for everything.
Oh no!
And then he turns into a psycho stalker who's going to kill you instead of just casual rape instead.
God.
I love how dark it turned.
No,
I don't really think stalking goes to anywhere nice.
I don't know, maybe. Depending
They
on what
find
side
the
of the
love at
stalking
the end.
you're on.
Unless, Stalky finally just accepts it.
it's
Oh
like,
God.
yeah.
The nicest that it could get, I guess.
Is that how you guys are engaged? Sorry. Did you just accept it one day?
That is mean. Now she will come and kill you.
Oh my god!
Now she will
What
come
makes
and
you
kill
think I meant it that way round? Maybe I meant that you were stalking her.
And she was like, okay.
Yeah, Blake's a nice name. We'll just
Yeah,
roll
she
with
just
it.
looked at the book of people.
He's Emma Watson approved, so he might be good.
Hey, babe, one day I talked to Emma Watson. She wondered, if I could act on Harry Potter.
I actually don't think I told her that story.
We should totally tell her that story.
You're pretty much cheating on her right now.
Like, life will never be the same until you tell her this story, because she could leave you if you tell her the story.
Yeah,
So it's
she's being
unfair from her.
intimidated. How can I compete with Emma Watson after Blake's experienced that? What am I supposed to do?
Don a British accent.
Hey!
Heyo.
It never fails. Well, it hasn't so far. I don't know about you guys. Nick, has your British accent ever failed you?
Well, I live in England, so it's not quite so effective.
When we were starting the whole talking online together thing, me and Nick were the first people who actually were talking to each other. And one of the first things I say to him is, "Oh, I like your accent," and he goes, "I don't get what it's with you and Americans and the British accent, but I guess you don't have an annoying American girl accent, so good for you." Oh. That's the first thing he ever said to me. That I don't sound like an annoying American girl.
I kind of see his point, though.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Those really high-pitched ones which just make you want to punch kittens.
The ones that get excited about everything as well, and they're like, "Oh, that's so amazing!" It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, there was this one comedian my parents were watching, and she had that voice, and I was like, "Oh my god, how could you stand this?"
It's
Bernadette,
brain piercing.
Big Bang
My
Theory.
ears were bleeding from the 30 seconds I saw.
Fucking Sarah Silverman. Silverman, is that her name? It's something like that, isn't it?
Yes, I think that is.
I think she might be one of the people I hate most in the world.
Oh, Christ.
Just gonna throw that out there.
World's worst hated by
there's,
Nick.
If there's one thing I don't like, it's comedians who are not funny. And she thinks she is so hilarious.
The one thing I can't stand, and we get this a lot in the old British TV, comedy thing and that. I've got nothing against female comedians. There are some out there that are absolutely hilarious. But female comedians that have just a complete routine about how men do something and then how women do something. And that's their whole thing. That's their whole joke. And that goes on for like half an hour. It's unbearable sometimes because they talk it's like an it's
having trouble with your words there, Tyler.
I can't express myself how annoying it is. It's so unbearable. It's really bad.
Tyler, just try this. This is annoying.
It is annoying, but it's an incomprehensible amount that you have to go through if you have to experience the 30 minutes of it every week or so.
Very annoying.
Do you guys have to deal with that, like with American comedians and stuff?
I lately on Netflix, my family's been watching a bunch of random comedians and their little shows and everything. So I've been seeing a few where it's like their entire routine is that, and they were watching a Christian comedy routine with a bunch of different comedians, and half of it was racist jokes. And I was like, how is that a Christian comedy group? What?
Tyler, you guys won't understand this, but I'm going to be quick. You know Russell Howard's Good News?
Yeah.
Did you watch this week's episode?
Oh, don't ruin it for me. I haven't yet watched it. Is it on the BBC iPlayer? Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to watch it on there.
I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a Christian rap in it, and how he finishes that is so unexpected and so amazing. Anyone who hasn't checked it out, Russell Howard, he's possibly one of the best comedians around at the moment.
Shout out to Russell Howard.
shout out to Russell Howard, and he has this show called Good News where he just goes through like all the news, but he also does like just general TV shows and just things off the internet, and just does a comedy sketch show just on all of these, and it is absolutely amazing. He just rips the shit out of everything.
Quick question: how long have we been going?
It's been going for about 40 minutes.
Wow.
It feels a lot longer because we had like a 10-minute
It's a
bit that we're not
podcast.
going to use.
I get
like-
a pull Gus and say we limit it to an hour.
Yeah, I'd say an hour.
Okay.
But then again,
Well, then
who's
we're
been keeping
editing.
track of the time?
With editing of what we've been saying, it's probably going to go down to about 20.
Okay, so we'll go for like a little while longer. Proactive.
So do you guys remember the very first day of the Latecomers?
Yeah, I
I
made the
do.
group.
Blake's like, yeah, day one, I
It was
wake up,
literally-
day two.
Well, no, to
On
be
the
fair,
first day, Blake was like, "Okay, I'll put this together and see what happens."
well,
On the
no,
second day, Blake disappeared for about...
Well, and
uh,
then didn't return for about a week.
He's like the opposite of the God story, you know? Like, on the first day, Blake said, let there be new group on RoosterTeeth.
Well,
Second, there be just other people sorting it out.
Yeah, I think
No,
we should let
no.
Danielle
Here,
tell the
here it is.
tale
The
of...
second day.
it's funny
On this-
because, like, go Blake. Oh, just go. I'll
No,
tell the
let's
story in a
not let
minute.
him go.
All right, I'll go. Like,
Let's be serious.
You,
go Blake.
Go,
you know
Blake.
what? Forget it. Forget it. This is the
Danielle,
hour-long
tell your
story all
story.
over again.
Blake.
Your story will probably segue into my story at some point.
Blake,
So.
you rage
Um,
quit a conversation again?
On the
Danielle,
second day,
just pull us
Fuck
out
it.
of here.
He was playing it again.
Go, Blake.
It's happening.
I already said it. You guys missed it. Rewind a
Alright.
few minutes.
Okay,
Pass it on to
well,
Danielle.
I'm gonna go then.
Go on, Danielle.
The first day that I made the account here, I
Huh?
was like,
What did you want?
oh God, Blake.
She's telling a story.
Blake, shut the fuck up. What is wrong with you?
Interrupting, man.
So the first day I made the account here, I was like, oh, I should probably not be a loner, and I posted on the thread. And for the entire first day, nobody wrote on it. Not one person. And I'm like, oh, nobody wants to be my friend on here. I was so dejected. And I woke up the next morning, and there was like 100 replies. And I'm like, oh, okay. And
Yeah,
then
should
just go from
clarify
there.
the thread she made was if you're new and want to make friends, and it was just to meet new people and actually get involved in stuff. And we all have thanks to Danielle for us being here right now.
Shout out to me.
Danielle?
Yeah, shout out to you. And then it was a day or two later, I messaged you and I was like, hey, you want to make a group out of this? And yada,
Yeah,
yada, yada.
Had
So
some
basically-
ideas, you-
Blake stole Danielle's thunder, yeah?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Pretty
didn't
much.
claim it as like, oh, I am the latecomer starter.
We were all,
No, Blake, you
we
came up
were
with the
all
name.
in
Like,
the thread talking about it, and then all of a sudden Blake just goes, I've made a group. We
Well,
have
no,
a
we
group.
Shout out to a
talking.
new group.
Latecomers, this is the name.
well, me and Blake were talking, and he was like, "Oh, well, let's name it the Latecomers," and he gave me the explanation, and I was like, "Oh yeah, sounds good." And the next thing I know, he's like, "Okay, made it," and he sent me the link. I'm like, oh, well, that went quickly.
He must have planned everything out, had the name out, had the description sorted, and then he asked you just before he clicked send. Just as soon as you gave him a little bit of positive feedback, he was hitting that button.
But like, yeah. So, Tyler, you weren't even a part of the thread, right? You just saw the group.
I made an account on RoosterTeeth about 3 weeks before even commenting. I think I just made it and then left. And
You're
then when
proud
I
of
came
your
back,
Latecommer.
I came back and I was like, fuck it, I want to, try this rooster speak thing, I'm sitting in the corner, I don't know what it is. And I fell ass backwards into your group. I had no idea how I found you. I didn't even make a post on the forum. I didn't even know what the thread you guys were talking about was.
He just suddenly popped up in the rooster speak, and we were like, "Oh, hello!" And he was like,
I snuck in with Julia. That's how I came into the TeamSpeak. No, but when she came on the TeamSpeak, that's the same time I was there.
And the only reason why I made you and Nick admins in the first place was because you went to me. So we stayed up all night with you. Don't we get to be admins now? And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever.
But I was joking about that, and then suddenly I looked. The next day I come online, and I was like, what on earth? Oh shit, I'm an admin.
I looked at the group like an hour or two later, and I was like, oh. I'm an admin then. I guess this is happening.
I didn't take it seriously at all, and Danielle's like, nope, you're an admin.
I was like, yeah, I want to do whatever you want. It worked out for the best.
Did it
we
really?
Didn't get an even number of admins.
No, Nick, it's perfect.
It's not
Yeah,
perfect.
I remember that. I started the group, I added Danielle as an admin, and then the next day I see everyone else added, and I'm like, what?
Blake was like, what is this shit? This is my group, damn it.
To be fair,
It's like,
Julia
crap, I've
and
been
Vicki-
overrun.
No, Julian and Vicki were talking about the group with us. Me and Blake had a separate conversation, but Julian, Vicki, and me were talking about it. And then I was like, okay, whatever. But Brian and Chaz and Chris were pretty much there since the beginning. And Chris was the one talking in the thread, moderating it, telling everybody to head over to the group. So I was like, oh, all right, well, these three can be it. And then Tyler and Nick stayed up with us all night once, and then they were.
I swear.
I helped organise Rooster Speak and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You did.
I swear Nick was a good community member, like he helped towards doing stuff. I was just online for 3 days straight when it counted. But I did help you guys out quite a bit there, because whenever you guys went to sleep or had to move on and do other stuff, I was online talking to literally everybody.
Yeah.
And here you are now recording our podcast, so
Hey, I got
you've
a
been
job.
promoted.
You're like
I'm sound manager. Hey.
I think
Shout out to
manager's
me.
a bit of a strong title.
And
Maybe just
my second in
sound
command.
man.
Wait, second in command? Oh
Team
yeah,
Tyke.
Team Tyke.
We went over this on Skype. I'm on top.
Oh.
cheeky.
I don't know about
Tease
this.
it.
I don't know. I might be killed by my girlfriend and your fiance if that was the case.
Oh, don't worry. I'm with you to the end.
Oh my god, that doesn't help.
What? We're both gonna die.
Oh, okay, well that's a good sign. I'll use you as like a meat shield.
No, that's why you're second. You're my meat shield.
Oh yeah.
So, I don't know if anybody's checking the Skype thing out right now.
Yeah, are they talking
yeah.
about camping?
No, they're talking about meeting up at RTX next year, but we're all getting one hotel room, and we're not allowed to sleep on the beds. We're only allowed to sleep in sleeping bags.
No offense to
Yeah,
Chaz.
sleep on beds. That's where babies are made.
No offense to Chaz, but no sleeping on beds allowed. We're not fucking 13 years old. And plus, if I'm going to RTX and I have enough money, I'm going to bring my girlfriend, and you guys are going to hear it.
Cheeky.
Yeah, I'm gonna be bringing my fiance, so.
And you're
that's
not
where
going
we'll
to hear
be
it.
Killed. Yeah.
You're gonna hear deadly silence, and then a massive thud and a blood curdling scream from the other room, where I'm getting murdered.
Oh, just like that one short with Joel and Matt when they went to one event and they were sharing a hotel room.
Yeah, literally, it's gonna be like that, but she's to my room, and she's gonna murder me. If you bring your fiance, I'm gonna be scared. I have nothing
don't
against
worry.
her, but she terrified me that day.
Oh, yeah, she's fine, but she is scary if you upset her.
Well, she's in now, and as we know, no way in. No way in.
Oh my god. We
Yeah,
should
I
play.
really-
Start drawing to a
I
close.
really need to bring her back in to try to get her into this group.
Do you
Because
reckon
right now
she'll
has
ever
a
be
bit
on
of
a podcast?
I will try to get her on. She and I were in a few other groups a while ago. We had some different groups of friends, and we were on podcasts with them.
Yeah, but like this is a bit different because this is. Oh, how big were those groups?
This is
Before
her
I say it.
fiance's lover.
What?
What? Nothing.
Nick, shut the fuck up.
Let's see. That group, we had Paul, Matt. Let's see.
Like the Matt off of Rooster Teeth.
2 Matts.
Oh, the
No.
other Matt from Rooster Teeth.
Let's see. Yeah, we had at least 7 or 8 people total, not including Gus. So
Wait,
9
what?
total.
This
I
is
would
where
just
we
like
find
to
out
let
he's not
everyone
joking.
know that in Skype, Danielle just put me and my stalker can have a bed for RTX.
Yeah,
So-
this might become about the Skype now because
So
I swear every
Stalker,
admin is online.
For once, we all are, which is weird because we hardly ever are.
Why aren't we on the podcast just talking over Blake's story? We're gonna
Oh.
prom RTX? How the hell?
Someone want to jump in and say we're talking about you?
Does anyone
They
want
don't
to tell
even
them what
know
we're
that
doing?
doing this.
Nobody knows.
We just ran off in secret.
Should we keep it a secret amongst ourselves and then release it? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
I think
Um,
Julia might be a little angry with us.
no, it
So
should be
everyone-
fine.
You're finding
That'll
out
be our
about this
second
at the same
episode.
time
Have
as everyone
Julia
else.
on.
Of course, we're gonna
Just
rotate it
wait,
around.
Julia.
No, okay, so then that's another thing I want to point out. We probably will never have the same 4 or 5 people on.
Sorry, Blake, but you're not interesting enough.
What?
Well,
You're fired.
We're going to keep rotating it because there are 9 admins and we all want to have a chance to talk and do this.
And we
we've
also
got
want to
other
pull
members
people,
of the group as
other
well.
members every
I
once
mean,
in a
we've
while,
got people
maybe.
like Becca. Shout out to Becca.
Becca, Hulk smash!
Oh yeah,
Hulk
Hulk Smash.
Hulk smash!
Yeah, so we're definitely going to just be rotating things, having some of the people that we've talked to on the community on. And
Should we talk about like the format of what we are expecting to do in the future, right here, right now? Like,
yeah, we might as well.
we could do it like 3 admins and a special voted for member of the group, maybe. You know, a Latecomers member.
Right now,
I feel
you're
like-
the special voted.
Hell no, I'm recording. I'm the podcast manager from now on.
Nick.
It was my idea, damn it. I remember saying that this was going to be the idea, like, day 1.
Should go
I feel like
on.
we should
Okay,
do that.
She was
fine.
interesting enough to make for the group, but after that, I mean, what's she really got to offer?
Yeah, I'd say the most we have is 5 for a podcast. Because
Yeah.
that's the normal number for a Rooster Teeth podcast. So 5 at the most.
Yeah, we should totally copy them and get basically Nick online to be Joker to be Ryan. We could get obviously Vicky to be
But Ryan's
Barbara.
never been on the podcast.
But you can be now, damn it. Fuck you. My
So
logic.
copying them exactly, except changing it.
Except for having different names. The Latecomers just basically imitate Rooster
Yeah,
Teeth
come.
to a T.
Better
Yeah.
late than early.
Well, even Chaz
What?
sounds like Jack or Ryan. They both do.
Yeah, I remember we got Jack and Ryan, and Joker and Chaz sound similar to both of them, and we were having this discussion like who was who. You know?
Yeah.
It's got to that stage now where literally, if anyone has a interesting accent, oh, you sound like Katie from Rooster Teeth, you know?
Kitsune.
Yeah, see.
That
Nick
is
ha-
just racism. That's just pure.
No,
Just you're Australian, Katie.
Nick, you had the conspiracy theory though.
No, that was me.
Kitsune. Oh, it was you, Tyler. Well, Nick's been going on about conspiracy
Bye.
theories for the past couple of days. Everything with
What
him
was
is
my?
just-
Was it about Chaz that he was a chatbot?
Yeah, that he was just
Oh,
someone
yeah.
sent us to
I'm
spy
surprised he
on
isn't
us.
on here now spying on us.
Oh, he is.
How do you know he's not listening in right now?
He recruited Tyler to record it for him.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
man.
I'm streaming this straight to him. He knows exactly what's going on.
If you look at the Skype, four posts ago, the thing Chaz wrote was live streams.
Yeah, he knows.
Completely unrelated to everything, actually. Yeah, so maybe Tyler's in league.
That's how he found us in the first place.
No, not entirely. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you know. He had to run a few personal errands first.
That's why it's a random chance that we're from the same place. He's a robot, and he's just followed me on Facebook and stuff and said, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, he's a drone that was placed in your area.
He's in team with Emma Watson doing the fake
Oh my
right
God.
now.
I know it's probably too late to bring this up, but do you believe that, I swear, one of the members from the admins, they must be related in one way to all of us. That we must have met up at one point. Because we all talk about, like, we meet up in different ways, blah, 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 blah. But I swear there's one member that we all met at the same time. Danielle. You're the robot here, that's what I'm getting at. Danielle must be the robot. She's the one that we all met first and came together with. You see? She's the centre of organisation.
I see. Shifting the blame.
Okay, well, I think this is a good place to end.
Do you know what? I actually think we're all robots. We're sent out, and
we should stop halfway through Blake's story.
Alright, just end on me saying, son of a...
No,
Penis.
maybe not that direct. But should we call it a day now, yeah?
I think we're good. All right, everybody. Yeah. So this has been our first podcast. Hopefully it's not a shit show.
I'm sorry
you guys
if you've
like
listened to it all the way through to now.
Yep.
We tried. I guess, yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll talk to you guys later. Be on the group. And
we'll be in the
Welcome
TeamSpeak.
to the drunk tank.
We're gonna...
of a...
God damn it, Nick.
Okay, let's start again.
Wait, did you seriously just say start again? Fuck you.
And let's stop.
Let's stop.
Son of a...
Penis.